so that people who are now, you know, when you talk to people who are illegally abstracting electricity, let me put it that way, you know, they know it's wrong, but in their minds, you know, how can we expect them to live without electricity? In effect, there is a kind of expectation, you know, that the use of electricity is a human right, and somehow the state should provide for it. Now, our budget would not be able to take that on, but the current situation is untenable, where there is a large portion of our population that is consuming electricity illegally. Somebody's paying for it, and it is the consumers who actually pay their electricity bills. So we have to find a way, we have to find a good equilibrium in this situation, where we make it easier for people to get onto the grid legally and safely. And then we have to find ways to get people to be able to pay for the electricity as they earn and as they use. So in effect, the challenge is not just the high electricity rates, it is the high onboarding rate, the cost of wiring, the cost of inspection, and then it is the inflexible payment system, especially if you are on the postpaid system. So we have to bring these kinds of innovation to market. And governments have tried. The member from St. Andrews Southeast had mentioned that when he was in the Ministry of Energy, that they had started a project. But this project builds on that in some ways, but this is far more comprehensive. But more than that,
turn on the light.
This project has staying power. Because
what are you looking for?
We're making an allocation for this budget, but you can bet that the next budget we will also have a bigger allocation, even more. So for the first 20,000 prepaid meter installations under the program, there will be a free monthly top-up of 4,000 per month for 6 months, the cost of which will be shared 50-50 between JPSCO and the government. Madam Speaker, as Minister Vaz has already announced, the government has signaled its intention to renegotiate the license with JPS, which expires July 2027, and this is in the process of, we are in the process of engaging international experts to support it. Madam Speaker, I want to now turn very quickly to the reform of the bureaucracy to improve ease, speed, and cost of doing business. They are in Aspire. And let me say, Madam Speaker, that we are serious about reforming Jamaica's bureaucracy. The graph which is about to be shown shows the total factor productivity trend for Jamaica from 1964 to 2019. That's what our productivity, leader of the opposition, that's what it looks like. I think it's a national problem. And I mean, you can draw political inferences, but I don't think that is going to be useful in the solution. The real challenge is we're just not as productive as we should be as a nation. And I think I mean, I have to say it, I don't want to say it, it's not the politically correct thing to say, but we can't skip around the problem. Productivity is a real challenge for the country. And you're looking at it from 1964 to 2009, and you can see that there were, you know, moments of spiked, when it increased, but by and large, the trend for productivity since our independence is that it is declining. It is declining. So, Madam Speaker,
man, stop some Madam Speaker, man. Because you don't talk to Juliet about them a plan you already in a pillar talk. It's annoying me, bro.
Associated with a flat
it's just annoying.
Declining productivity.
Say Juliet, she don't know about these plans already, bro.
Employment is that post 2016, employment is going down. Unemployment is going down. So one would expect that output would be going up. But as was pointed out also by the leader of the opposition, the truth is, because we are pulling in marginal labor into the labor force in terms of skills and productivity, what it is doing is actually drawing down overall productivity. And that is why we are investing so heavily through HEART to train those persons who we are bringing in marginally into the workforce to increase their productivity. Just for comparison, the graph that will be shown shortly, for comparison, would be what the productivity of the Dominican Republic, which would be a peer country in the region, looks like. And you can see that their productivity is increasing. The Dominican Republic is probably the fastest growing country outside of Guyana now in the region. And so that is what a growing and a productive country will look like. We need to, Madam Speaker, get our productivity up. To boost productivity, we must urgently reform Jamaica's public bureaucracy. While our stringent fiscal policies have successfully reduced debt and restored stability, the same controls that curbed wasteful spending now delay approvals, stall infrastructure projects, and hinder growth. These systems must be redesigned to meet today's development needs. A clear example is the Troy Bridge in Trelawney Southern, which collapsed in August 2021. Despite bipartisan support, it took nearly 3 years to clear bureaucratic hurdles before construction finally began in 2024. The delay was not due to funding or technical constraints, but to the inefficiency of our public investment and procurement processes. Jamaica must now shift from merely controlling spending to enabling strategic growth. This does not mean abandoning accountability, but finding a balanced approach that safeguards public funds while allowing decisive action. The amendments to the Procurement Act are a step forward, but much more is needed. Just as we dominate track and field with our speed, we must make efficiency and ease of doing business our competitive edge. By cutting red tape and leveraging technology, we will transform Jamaica into the region's most business-friendly destination. To drive this transformation, I have appointed Minister Marks to lead the Streamlining Processes for Efficiency and Economic Development SPEED initiative. Minister Marks will oversee a comprehensive review of governance systems to eliminate inefficiencies, reduce delays, and enhance business operations. Minister Marks' SPEED mandate is to undertake a comprehensive review of Jamaica's governance arrangements, systems, and processes, and to implement targeted reforms across the whole of government that will eliminate inefficiencies, reduce bureaucratic delays, and enhance the ease and speed of doing business. Today, I'm making the first announcement on the speed. I have directed Minister Vaz to implement the following changes. 1. The first certificate of fitness for a new motor vehicle will be issued for 5 years. For used vehicles, 10 years or less, the validity period for certificates of fitness will be 3 years. For vehicles older than 10 years, the current yearly renewal schedule will remain. Number 2, vehicle registration. Motorists currently have an option to renew motor vehicle registration for 6 months or for 1 year. We will be introducing a 2-year renewal option. Madam Speaker, just think of the time that we will save people. And we don't lose anything by it. I know it might mash up some people's plan, but that is what efficiency does. You know, Madam Speaker, there is a school of thought about how you deal with corruption. And people don't recognize that corruption and inefficiency are two sides of the same coin. If you really want to deal with corruption, deal with inefficiency. So I'm certain that with just this one move, we will save a lot of man-hours and other things as well. So this is just the beginning. We will be reviewing systems and processes across all sectors. And I just want to point out here, especially the approvals. It is a headache and a nightmare. And sometimes I'm of the view that persons are acting deliberately to withhold and frustrate development approvals. It's as if they find every single thing to withhold development. Madam Speaker, as I stand here, we're going to deal with that in a very systematic and surgical way. So, as I said, this is just the beginning. We will be reviewing systems and processes across all sectors to identify ways to make life simpler and more convenient and more affordable for citizens, whether it is in reducing waiting times, improving service delivery, or streamlining regulatory and approval processes. We are taking a comprehensive approach to ensure that everyday experiences in Jamaica for our citizens is one of efficiency, fairness, and ease. Madam Speaker, there can be no digital society without a proper system of identification and authentication. A national identification system has been talked about for over 50 years. The government has finally got it done. We commenced issuing Jamaica's first electronic identification cards on November 15, 2024. The next step is to develop and expand digital services that leverage this secure and reliable form of identification. With the new electronic national identification cards, citizens will be able to verify their identity securely online, eliminating the need for cumbersome paperwork and in-person visits. This will pave the way for e-government services, digital payments, and more efficient, transparent, and inclusive public sector. Madam Speaker, we are not only making life easier for our people, but also unlocking new opportunities for innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic growth. Madam Speaker, pensioners currently have to complete a proof of life form every 3 months and get it signed by a JP. I don't know how they do it. We will soon be introducing the I'm Alive app, or rather I Am Alive app, that will enable you to use your national ID, your NIDS, to complete the proof of life form from the comfort of your home in no more than 2 minutes.
Me no know why you put digital for the people them so much in Jamaica, you know. Jamaica not even advanced to that. A beer rob them little old people, they go get robbed them little money. And all because you want what? Introduce needs to the people them like you. Anyway still.
Just an option.
Me know say you now win this election there, because this a promise here. People them find out you're a liar, man. We not vote for you, you're a liar. We not believe you.
Pensioners to use.
I rob you and make all of them old people to get money get robbed, brother.
And upgrading the post offices to modern post offices. So, yeah. So we're going to upgrade the post office to modern post offices and nearer service centers. And we're starting in Mandeville, Black River, Maypen, Santa Cruz, Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, Falmouth, St. Anne's Bay, Brownstones, and Spalding. The construction schedule is to be completed in the first quarter of 2025-2026, and additional locations are slated for renovation, and they are in the process of procurement. And so that will be
it's every time you look over him glasses, every time I tell lie, you know. Every time you see people over him glasses, every time I tell lie. See me, I prep to see if anybody I look. We'll find you out, man. No, me they are listening, me I wait for you to talk about SNL, you know. You come chat about we have the fastest runner, and you know say we have Usain Bolt the fastest runner. You must feel like, alright, you stay there, man. You feel like you get away, you know.
Madam Speaker, I want to now move quickly to the E in Aspire. Economic diversification. If we are to secure Jamaica's long-term economic prosperity, we must broaden our economic base and create new engines of growth. This means catalyzing the development of new industries, ones where Jamaica possesses unique comparative and competitive advantages, and where we can carve out a niche in the global marketplace. For decades, we have spoken about untapped opportunities in emerging markets. We have recognized Jamaica's potential in areas such as shipping and logistics, digital services, agribusiness, medical tourism, creative industries, and renewable energy. However, despite the discussions, these industries have not yet scaled up into a transformative way. We are determined to take decisive actions to ensure that these opportunities materialize in a sustainable, high-value way that generates jobs, increase exports, and drive inclusive growth. Economic diversification is an imperative if we are to reduce our vulnerability to external shocks, create more dynamic and competitive economy, and provide greater opportunities for Jamaicans across all sectors of society. We must invest in the industries of tomorrow while strengthening the foundations of today. Madam Speaker, for decades, we have spoken of the vision to make Jamaica the premier logistics hub of the Americas. We are making steady progress towards realizing this vision. Madam Speaker, the Port of Kingston is a critical element of Jamaica's vision to become a global logistics hub, leveraging our strategic location at the intersection of the north-south and east-west shipping lanes. Since July 2016, we have entered into a 30-year concession agreement for the expansion and modernization of the Kingston Container Terminal. Over US $400 million has been invested in capital improvements, equipment, and advanced geopositioning technology to bring the terminal to world levels. An additional $50 million will be invested in 2025. Will be invested in 2025 in two more cranes and other equipment. At the terminal have surged by 50% since 2017. Employment at the terminal has also risen by 53%. Today, Kingston proudly ranks among the top 100 ports globally, a testament to the strategic advancements we have made. The rapid growth means, the rapid volume of growth means that we are running out of space to store containers. It is a good problem to have. To maintain our efficiency and competitiveness, we are taking decisive actions. The Port Authority of Jamaica is working with the Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited to expand cargo storage and construct an additional 15 hectares of space on the Westlands at a cost of US $80 million with potential for further expansion. On the map now being displayed, the area shaded in, well, the map is being displayed, but when it is, the area shaded in red shows the existing area of the Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited, and the area shaded in green is Kingston Wharves Limited. And this area, the area shown in yellow on the map, is the Westlands, where the $80 million will be spent to expand our port. In addition, Madam Speaker, as I had announced in my budget presentation last year, plans are in motion to relocate domestic aviation operations from Tinston Pen to Norman Mann International Airport and reroute Marcus Garvey Drive. This will free up significant additional lands needed for further port expansion. This is shown in blue on the map being displayed. And that's a big investment, Madam Speaker. And we are going to, in short order, see these investments come to fruition. Madam Speaker, I quickly want to say that the government recognizes that there are many roads, orphan roads as we call them. Some of them are in development and industrial estates. And Madam Speaker, the Newport West Road is one of them. The government is taking a proactive approach by engaging the private stakeholders who are willing to invest in the rehabilitation of the road that they use daily. I'm pleased to report that we will be entering into a public-private partnership arrangement with the Port Authority, the Jamaica Customs Agency, the National Works Agency, the Shipping Association of Jamaica, and the Kingston Wharves Limited for the repair of the road infrastructure in Newport West to cost over $80 million. We are actively exploring similar PPP arrangements for other priority areas where private sector collaboration can help fast-track road improvements. Now, this government is thinking differently and acting decisively to find solutions to long-standing challenges. Beyond the port and the lands in the immediate vicinity of the ports, another key pillar of our logistics vision is the 700-acre Caymanas Special Economic Zone project. Now, this has been spoken about so many times. I see the response of the leader of the opposition. He has been in parliament and would have heard both sides speak about this.
Laugh to man them a laugh
As
off
I
for you
said,
28.
it's part of my
Laugh
job
them a laugh off for
to deal
you.
with these legacy
Because
issues.
we don't see her come with nothing new. Everything where you have that been running and running, you know.
This project
I'm not
has been
trying to
talked
own
about
the
for
wharf.
decades. The government
We
is
not
trying
want nothing
to
upon
make
that.
it a reality.
You understand? And a beer guns are come through that. Some of you don't want them to you. You don't control over nothing. We are come and change everything and show you how to run a country.
Cayman, a special economic zone, is set to transform Jamaica's logistics and manufacturing sectors, attracting global investment and creating thousands of jobs. Madam Speaker, to catalyze the project, the Port Authority has been tasked with land preparation to address climate change risks, including flooding, bringing basic infrastructure
Me say the man,
to the site.
him not talk nothing about, me not hear you talk nothing about good governance, good principle. Me not hear you talk how you gonna stop corruption in the country. You know, I just nothing pertaining to them thing there, brother. What kind of budget this? Brother, you have to talk about Usain Bolt money and SNL and hit me there, wait for 28.
And all the necessary approvals are in place. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report that the groundbreaking for the Caymanas Special Economic Zone is scheduled for the first quarter of the incoming fiscal year. So,
A fall you take man for 28.
Of April.
28 a fall you take man for about Madam Speaker. You and Juliet done talk about that last night.
We have done the work.
You done talk about all of these plans already with Juliet. And Juliet write out all of these plans. A Dolly House business this year going with your son, man. Dolly House thing this man.
So, for decades we have talked about making Jamaica the logistics hub for the Americas. For too long, this vision remained but that, just a vision. But under this government, we are turning words into actions and plans into progress and ambition into achievement. We are not just talking about Jamaica's potential, we are unlocking it. We are building the logistics hub, creating jobs, driving investments, and securing our place in global trade. Madam Speaker, I have quite an extensive presentation here on tourism and how we're going to diversify tourism. But I'm going to ask the Minister of Tourism to make that presentation. But I want to go quickly to agriculture.
Because him can't make the presentation because him don't know nothing about it. Him don't know nothing because this is a script. This is my read from me now. You can't say somebody write this to him. Him don't understand nothing what he's reading. You see when Marky J are presenting broadcast, you can't see the man talk confident, explaining everything where him do. You can't see say this man a stutter, this man not sure of what he's broadcasting, you know. This man does read out things, you know, where people write game, you know. This a clown, this man.
Madam Speaker, there is no denying it. Food is expensive.
The man you need to know, say me study psychology. Me can't read him body language. Him nervous. Look on him, after you push him in him pocket. That's a sign of nervousness. Anytime I talk, him a clinch up him thing. He nervous as nervous. Him not free flow like Marky J, the real Prime Minister. We call the election then. Call the election now. 28, call the election now. You see something here? You fit. Call the election 28, man. All the members, them look boring. Them look like them hungry. Them look like them need something for 8, man. Your broadcast just long and boring. Them want to sleep. Mr. Chuck gone and sleep. Where him there? Watch them have to put that thing there for hide him blood clot face because him fall asleep right now. Mr. Chuck, wake up, man. This a broadcast, what this? A church this. Pussy clot, look here. Asleep, the man them want to sleep. You see time Marky J a broadcast a big excitement. How are this?
Introduced the environmental levy.
How are this?
In 2015, they increased it. They heat these taxes on the backs of Jamaican people, further increasing.
We want to know what you are doing, SNL, brother. That we want to know. Watch them, watch him. See the man, them tell us him hungry. Watch him and put him hand over his mouth. A yarn that a pussy will yarn him. Yarn him a yarn. A sleep him want sleep. And Jonas a put the man to sleep, people. Bumbleclot. Watch ya. How are this? Paper, how are this? This need crowd. Share the live. This need crowd. How are this? 28, how are this? Papa Jesus. Everything what you do right now is for PNP to take over and show you what we're going to do. Because you don't know what you're doing.
In 2016, when we received a mandate from the Jamaican people, the level of direct support to farmers was around 200 million. In 2020, in our 2020 manifesto, we indicated...
Watch out. Don't laugh, though. No, we can't stop laughing. We can't believe it. And this all of the excitement for our Thursday. Our mad thing Thursday. Me not see nothing mad about this. This is just like normal thing. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Him busy a chat to him boyfriend on the phone. Him not listen to what 28 I say.
Wholesalers and supermarkets do not exploit consumers by inflating prices. Commodity price reports will be published bi-weekly through traditional and social media to keep the public informed and protect consumers from unfair practices.
Talk about when you're going to call the election, and that's if you talk about too, you know. We want to know when you're going to call the election. Because, you know, doing so good, and, you know what I mean?
We saw
call the election, bruv.
Realities on full display as we went through a drought, and then
ball out,
hurricane, and then non-stop rains. The recovery of our agriculture sector must be quick and robust. While a number of inputs critical to agriculture production are zero rated, the Ministry of Agriculture has highlighted that seeds
exclusive for don't think that's certain.
Ball out.
Therefore directed the Minister of Finance and Public Service to do the necessary amendment to the GCT Act to make seeds zero rated.
Watch ya! Watch ya! Dog for father-in-law! Watch ya! Whoa! Miss Pro Box!
For our farmers.
Dog for father-in-law!
We have to increase our international competitiveness and
Bumbleclot!
we will also
Me say not one of them clean. Dog for father-in-law!
eligible vehicles,
The man a railroad vibes cartel. Yo!
versatile options like panel vans and small trucks. These vehicles will now benefit from the existing 20% duty concession that currently applies to pickup trucks. In other words, we are removing barriers that limit our farmers' ability to transport perishable goods, equipment, and livestock feed efficiently.
Every time you talk about something where you don't know about, you stutter. You always stutter, bruv. When you tell lie.
They get a duty concession for a van, a pickup that is essentially a luxury good. Essentially.
What you talk about? Nobody not excited, man. You look like a cartoon character, bruv.
A vehicle with more capacity to carry load, which is more practical. And this is
What you talk about?
This is when bureaucracy becomes self-indulgent.
Move and go, man. You can't even, the people them can't even buy a Pro Box, but now you come about, you promise the people them van. The brother here, you see?
A practical eye to look at the thing and say, listen, just get it done.
Shut up, man. But just get done.
Get it done.
You just want to get all of the country, you know. And then once you get all of the country, then we see the real devil come out of you. Yo,
Transforming the bureaucracy.
call the election, bruv.
Practical thing
And
is,
that you
if
feel
you have
know.
a small truck or a panel van,
You must feel like you got trick people. A 8 man will play upon people intelligence. See it? Him have to make Wormington stop talking. Wormington, you know.
this government
Him mouth low so and him know say Wormington. We done him enough cause Wormington have him secret. Him can't talk to Wormington. Yeah, boy for Wormington, man. Go sit down, man.
10 to 50
If you ever tried this Wormington right here, right now. In front of everybody. And that you for know.
While our fish farmers are always benefited,
You better mind how you talk to Wormington here.
these duty concessions, our marine
Wormington will just rub you out right now,
It is
28.
an unfortunate anomaly which must be addressed. So I've given directives that steps should be taken for our registered fishers to be included in the 20% duty concession regime. The effective date will be announced by the Minister of Finance. Madam Speaker, our farmers have faced repeated devastations from drought and storms. After such disasters, there are severe shortages and prices skyrocket. To compensate, farmers replant at the same time, resulting in an oversupply, and in turn, prices collapse. We are seeing this with tomatoes, for example. To address this, the government is expanding our cold storage capacity. Last month, we broke ground for a 124 million state-of-the-art facility in Kirkvine, Manchester. We have also started the procurement process to commence.
The farmers them want market for sell them tomatoes and you keep importing tomatoes out of the country.
Has been a perennial challenge.
Where you sell for big money so the farmers them have stiff competition and can't get for them tomatoes sell. We are talking about. Me said this money, I see man, him not address nothing for poor people. You know. This broadcast are 9 million, bruv.
Agri-park, which would have benefited from the Southern Plains Agricultural Development Project, has now been completed.
Cause you not talk the truth, bruv.
And this new agri-park
You're beating round the truth of really what's happening in Jamaica. And you're painting this picture like everything in Jamaica is prosperous when it's not.
Benefited over 800 farms in total.
So why all of these farmers out of ball and a company there say them can't get them onion and them tomato for sell and all these things? I don't understand this man, you know. When you do these things, you just show up yourself in a 28.
Acquiring the pumps and the pumps for 5 wells.
A base stutter him stutter when him lie. Listen to him broadcast. Everybody know. You saying to my man I tell lie, him always a stutter. Me don't know one arm make nice, sir.
The final year, we will...
Cause I be promises. I don't know how can you do a budget where you should be talking about what you deliver. Cause you in government. Not where you promise. That should have been the opposition leader making promises. You should be talking about what you deliver and where you go improve. But you know what do for your farmers. See, he's a worthless man. You know what do for your farmers because we in an election here. This is just a promises. And any farmer will make this man trick them. 9 years worth of promises and him just not ready for deal with on the farmers. Okay, cool. On the farmers. Give him vote and so happen to you, yeah? Don't take my foolish advice, yeah? Give this man your vote, farmers, I want to say.
Taking up these projects.
You just ready for deal with the farmers them now, yeah? Okay, cause election year. You're going to get everything now because of election year. Ain't it number 28?
Madam Speaker, it's not a complaint.
But Madam Speaker, you have said Gillette.
You have to run with it.
You have said Gillette, bruv. Because this is a cartoon thing. Because Gillette don't know about all of these things already, bruv. I mean, I'll stop tell you. So if it stops about Madam Speaker.
But the truth is, this is an important project.
Now them don't even show Gillette face because them know say I force Gillette to come because Gillette never want to come. You know, see Gillette never come at the rest of presentation, so why she come tonight? And them not even show Gillette. Why? What go on my boss? Dark poor father-in-law.
Will be able to.
Dark poor father-in-law. Put by the camera upon dark poor father-in-law. See it there? Dark poor father-in-law. What go on my boss? Watch him. I don't want y'all whispering at woman ears, you know. I don't know if she have a husband.
Investment in research.
Or a whoop husband. I don't know. I don't know her husband.
To accelerate this transformation,
So I have to ask the question. Is she single? Or is she married? I never see her with a man yet.
Actively engaging in partnerships with global leaders.
I want to interview her.
Including in India. Our own University of the West Indies, the College of Agricultural Science and Education,
Dark poor father-in-law.
play a central role in advancing research tailored to Jamaica's unique landscape. To this end, we are converting CASE into a fully agricultural-based university. The government is also partnering with these institutions to share important scientific work, such as strategies to improve soil quality. Madam Speaker, this is a turning point. Agriculture must not be seen as an industry of hardship.
Mr. I swear I was, to all the labor right there was going on, I was expecting something boom, but me nah say, me not hear nothing new. I be promises me a hear. Me not see where you come and talk, where you deliver, where the people them can feel proud about and say, yeah, you deliver this for the nation since you've been in there. I'm not hearing, this doesn't have the buzz. This presentation, see, Marky G, you know it's a true me talk. In presentation don't have no buzz, bruv. And me nah be biased. Marky British, yes. Marky British are the man. Marky British. And that if you know, British are honorable people. On the Prime Minister are thief. Your Prime Minister are thief, bruv. Marky G is a man of integrity. How do you worry me? You have to address your Prime Minister rightfully, man. Sure. But Marky British. Of course the man are British. The man proud. What there? You know, say British is a honorable people. Where them have a police force who don't even walk with gun. And the British life, the British mentality, the man who want Marky British want to bring to Jamaica, where Jamaica have peace, where we can have a police force where don't walk with gun.
The Minister of Culture.
You know, so you're the Prime Minister say, send people home to their maker.
Will give us.
What is? I wanna me tell you, say, I could never have no respect for this man.
That are there for the creative.
You understand? And since him said that, you just see the police them just go around and analyze individual, like you know what I mean, like it's nothing, like a life doesn't matter.
I am pleased to announce that 406 applications were received from local filmmakers, and 259 of these met the criteria for further evaluation. In fact, 7 projects have already been awarded film festival support. A further 9 films in progress will also be awarded support to complete their filming.
Watch
Just yesterday, another 51
Watch there.
films were selected for development funds.
One Daddy Badness
Evaluation
boss.
for films
Watch one Daddy Badness boss, Babsy Grange.
is the star.
But son no one lock up Cape Rich cause him sing about no one Daddy Badness. And you dead sit down in the honorable house. You Miss Babsy Grange, all uno. Me no know who I go tell Father God say, cause I feel like say I go get you from on the judgment, you know. You can't get you from man, but you can't get you from God. Cause Daddy one badness I wait for you, Babsy. Faint on your day, whenever that day is. Yeah, cause we all have a day. And Daddy one badness I wait for you in the spiritual world. Because you use the youth and then dash with the youth. And then you don't want people talk. Because the youth sing about it, you don't want hurt the youth. When my artist Malidan, them I bust on the head with Malidan, sure no.
India and South America. Madam Speaker, with sound policies and funding, we will make movies for the world based on our culture. Amen. That are produced by Jamaicans at Jamaican facilities. Yeah. Madam Speaker, there is a great call for more incentives to the film industry and for entertainment. And the government is considering it very carefully because we understand different dynamics. In budgets to come, no doubt, we will provide further support. But what we have to be always careful with, Madam Speaker, is that when we provide scarce funding, we can't just allow it to be used up without tangible results coming from it.
What the fuck, me do, man? Oh, fucking bastard. Fuck you and your oldness, man.